Stickers, top pins. All right, so I don't know how to do that, but all right, here we go. All right, what's up? What's up? It's the Big Chief. Organically, all natural, being myself. Here, representing the Ascended Consciousness Connection. So right now, I'm reaching out to y'all. You can reach back out to me because the hand is interchangeable. It could be my hand, it could be your hand. This is consciousness. So I'm reaching out to consciousness to connect on these tarot cards and to connect with you. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if it wasn't for us, well, it'd be less of us. You know what I mean? So it's all good, man. Shout out to the ancestors, man. You know what I mean? You know how some people let you know that the ancestors live inside you, man, and they are their consciousness. So, they are around. So, if they live inside us, this is how they get to partake in the land that we in right now. So when they want to connect, they need one of us to be open to connection. Because, when we have our kids, we be hoping our kids have kids so we can have grandkids. Why? Because we want to live on through our grandkids. We want to live on through our kids. We live on through each other. That's the whole point of procreation. That's why there's DNA traits that are passed along, because the DNA is a part of you, or you are a part of the DNA. However you want to look at it, you're in there. You're in the DNA. I like starting off with these because they got the words on there real quick just to set the tone. And then the other ones, that's when you got to know what the message is and all that good stuff with the words and stuff. But, I do have a book to help y'all, so when I do pop out, like, let's say the 10 of coins or something, you feel me? I'm going to be going with the message on what I'm getting, you feel me? And then what I'll do is I'm going to open this book and I'm going to go to the 10 of coins. And then I'm going to let you know what it say in this book, you feel me? And then that book going to line up with what the message is, because that's how you know that it's a true connection. Because I ain't faking. Hey, oh snap, no stitches. Right. No stitches. You know who gets stitches? No stitches. All right, so the Big Chief, I be seeing a lot of spiritual people too, man. Shout out to the spiritual people that be on social media. Shout out to the spiritual people that be watching social media. Shout out to the spiritual people who are living on the planet in general. That's all right. I want to start off with a big up to y'all, okay? Now, there's a lot of chosen people out here. There's a lot of spiritual people, right? And they do be saying, like, oh, man, they trying to get me. Oh, the government don't like what I'm saying. They're coming after me. And then if you look at their stuff, they be having hundreds of thousands followers. They be paying for views, because all you got to do is go through their videos. One view be 20,000, one view be 15,000, the other view be 5, the other view be 30. So they be paying for views, a lot of them, not all of them. But if the government is against what you're saying because you're standing on truth and you're really about that business, they gonna lower your views. Your videos will be getting reported. You will be seeing things like you see when you click on my page that'll be saying appeal was approved, and then you see my video up. But then if you wonder why my views are harder is, I'm the one that get flagged. Why? Because I'm the truth. You see what I'm saying? So that's how that go. You know what I mean? So that's exactly how that go. Okay. Then they say they're spiritual, all natural, right? Because you want to connect with nature. but then they're not natural. Make that make sense. So they're going to be spiritual people that's supposed to be telling you about what's going on with the Most High God consciousness and the ancestors, but they don't look nothing like the ancestors, and they don't look natural. Who are you listening to? So, welcome to the Ascended Consciousness Connection, where we are spiritually conscious because the consciousness is who I am. Ashe. You have a consciousness too. The question is, do you listen to it? If you are, what is it telling you to do? Your consciousness is never going to lie to you. Your consciousness is never going to tell you the wrong thing to do. Remember? In the words of Bobby Hemming, what did he say? He said, some told me to do the other shit. Right, your consciousness. Shout out to Bobby Hemming, man. That's my guy. But yeah, shout out to Michael Blair. You know, rest easy to the ancestors, because you know they ancestors now. Big ups to them. Like I said, for the ancestors, here we go. What's at the bottom of the deck? Exploration. Exploration at the bottom of the deck. I just wanted to see what was there just because, you know what I'm saying? Exploration, you know, exploring, going beyond, you know, going beyond the veil. I just said shout out to Bobby Hemmett, shout out to Michael Blair, you feel me? Shoot, shout out to Dr. Blair, shout out to Bobby Hemmett, and shout out to there's a Duncan. There's a white brother named Duncan that be dropping real truths on him too. And then there's a black preacher that be saying stuff too. But like I said, I got him on my page, bro. If you go ahead and look at my saved videos, bro. Every one of the on my save, if you go to my page, you know, you save videos. If you go to my page, you go to the save videos, bro. You will see multiple different people who are speaking on spirituality. Where I have in the videos, where if you listen to the whole video, you'll see that they ended up saying it was consciousness. They just might not knew that they were. That's what they were saying. But at the end of the day, they all really were saying that God is consciousness. Passion. Yeah, man. God is consciousness, but also God is passionate. You feel me? Because you got to understand, the passion we get come from the Most High at the end of the day, because you got your own intentions. Now, the way your passion rides and stuff, that comes off your free will. This for the collective. Take this message as it resonates. We got free will. So with the will, that's where your freedom comes. Because we got different levels of consciousness. We're all consciously something else. We not the same consciousness. That'll make us the exact same person. We got different consciousness. But we are part of one consciousness. So yeah, I'm passionate about it. And those that are passionate about it, what do you do when you're passionate on something? When you're passionate on something, you find yourself speaking on it. When you're passionate about something, you find yourself standing in it. When you're passionate about something, you find yourself residing in your truths, but also bearing fruits of your truth to show proofs behind what is true in order for it to be truth. Ashe, ashe. That's how we roll in today. Hey, shout out to the passion. And matter of fact, if you got a loved one, like, you know, a spouse, make sure you get them a hug today and let them know that you got love for them. Because at the end of the day, you are a passionate being and you chose a spouse because you wanted to make sure your energy was received correctly and appreciated because you were coming with passion. So make sure you give your loved one a hug and let them know. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the anything dealing with a goal that I reached is because of you. So I appreciate it. But your passion, give them a hug and let them know you love them. You know why? Because that's what you want to do. Otherwise, you'd be single or you wouldn't be trying to mingle. So let them know that you got passion about them and let them know that you're passionate for them and you want to be passionate with them. And that's why you together, because that's love. You feel me? Straight like that. Let's try to help with this lighting a little bit. I am not the best person at doing that lighting stuff. Let's see. I don't like how that's so dark, man. That screen's so dark right there, bro. Let me see something. That help any? Uh-oh, look. You think that boy high. All right, so boom. I still don't think that helped us, bro. I'm glowing on this one, and then this one I'm looking dark. Hey, what's up with this, man? Dang, I got the screen up. Oh, there we go. Okay, hey, look, there you go. I like to keep these closed because when you're doing something that actually matters, the people that don't do nothing that actually matters always want to make a bunch of noise about nothing that actually matters. They make that make sense, but you can't fix stupid. I know you heard that before. See, I'm with the ancestors for real. You're gonna hear a lot of old sayings. You know what I'm saying? I'm 40 years old, by the way. Oh, that's another thing. I'm spiritually conscious. I'm on the ascended consciousness connection. I'm 40 years old. I've been living my truth, so obviously people tested it and I had to back it up and I did that. So, anyways. Because I've been doing that all my life. What? Standing up for the ancestors. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. But yeah. Because passion, you feel me? Always been passionate about the ancestors because what did Tupac say? He said, I wouldn't be here today if the old school didn't pave the way. It's like the old school. Like, but who's before the old school? Well, who before them? So shout out to the ancestors. That's why we passionate about it. If you got love for the old school, talking about they paid the way, then I know damn well the ancestors paid the way. So let's keep it 1,000 with it now. Keep your passions right now. Let's keep it real now. Let's keep it real. Passion. Purple is the color of passion. It's amazing. We're wearing purple today. Bam. Resentment. Yeah, man. If you don't follow your passions, collective consciousness, people that don't follow their passions are the ones you find in resentment. The people that's over here trying to point arrows at you, throw stones at you, making verbal threats to you, you know what I'm saying? Plotting on you, you feel me? They be living in resentment. You know why? Look, check it out. This how to answer. I love y'all, man. Because think about it. When someone is not living in resentment, you're trying to living in their passion. I cannot make this up, man. Wait, cannot make this up. I'm a living ancestor on the Big Chief. I shade it. Shout out to the ancestors. Resourcefulness. You are very resourceful. Yeah, you gotta be, man. Look, resourcefulness. Now check this out. It's a trick to the trade with that. Now, when you are a resourceful person, usually somebody who could dibble and dabble in many things. You understand what I'm saying? So they try to call you a jack of all trades. Isn't that amazing? Like, why you gotta be a jack of all trades? Have you ever heard of a martial artist? Did you know martial artists become black belts, and when they're black belts, they not a jack. You feel me? When they become a black belt, that means they one of the kings. Right? They wanted the kings, or they wanted the high priestess, or they wanted the emperors of the martial art that they got a black belt in. And remember, there's like there's more degrees to that. Usually they got 3 degrees to be a black belt. You understand what I'm saying? But to be 1 degree black belt, you made it to becoming like an emperor of the martial arts. Or, you know what I'm saying? You're above a jack. You have a black belt. Now, a jack of all trades, they try to limit you by calling you a jack and put you in a box. But did you know that somebody could be a 3rd degree black belt in jiu-jitsu and a 3rd degree black belt in judo? That's two different things. And they could both be 3rd degree black belts. That means they'd be an emperor of 2 trades. See, so why you gotta be a jack of all trades, bro? You could be an emperor of multiple trades. You understand what I'm saying? You could be a king of many things. You understand what I'm saying? They try to limit you to 1, and when you're good at many, they try to limit you to a jack. You know what I mean? They act like, for example, they say no Kings rally, and then they say, I'm gonna watch King James play for the Lakers. I hope he wins. If there's no kings, then how's he King James? If there's no kings rallies, how you got King Charles here? So obviously there is kings, and there's more than one. Now, speaking of King James, well, they call LeBron. You know, my brother LeBron, they call him King dealing with basketball, right? You do know LeBron James could be a professional NFL player as well. Just keeping it real. You know that, right? Straight up. And if somebody really taught LeBron James how to run hurdles at the height that he is, he probably could be in the Olympics running the hurdles because he literally could just run the hurdles. I could teach him how to step over him, and he really would get it because he's naturally a freak of nature like me, which they call very athletic. Instead of being highly gifted, when you look at certain nationality, they like to call us freak of natures. They don't want to say we highly gifted because the gifts come from who? The Most High God consciousness. See what I'm saying? You got to watch how these words go and how they play them. You feel me? Straight up. That's how it goes. When you want to know who they rooting for and who is they is the same people that is against you raising your consciousness. The same people that's against you raising your consciousness, you'll know who they is. You can watch them during a sports event when they commentate. They gonna always say how the ones that they want to win, they gonna say how they smart. They gonna compliment their intelligence, which is complimenting their consciousness. They gonna compliment the intelligence of the people that they rooting for. And then of a certain characteristic of people, they gonna compliment freak of nature gifts. Like everything they do can't be because they smart or they made a wise decision. It's all because they just got good reactions. Because there's a certain type of people, they don't want to give no credit for being highly intelligent with a high awareness. There's a certain group of people and you know who you are. So resourcefulness, the Most High God consciousness, got me using tarot to let you know what it is. Shout out to the ancestors. So yeah, don't get limited to being a jack of all trades, bro. You just might be somebody who's mastering a lot of trades. Don't limit yourself to being a jack. It's okay to be a jack. Shout out to the jacks. You understand what I'm saying? But if you happen, like if you're a jack of all trades for 10 years, right? But you get better at each trade every year, how long is you gonna be a jack? There goes the devil card. The devil said he begs to differ. He said if he says you're a jack, you're going to stay a jack. Hey, if you want to be a jack, you could be a jack, but you ain't stuck being a jack. You got free will. Even if you got a devil on your side, you know, the relative, the friend that always say something about you can't do this or that's not going to work. That's like him talking. Okay? And if you got free will to not do what God told you to do, if you got free will to not do what the Most High God consciousness wants you to do, if you got free will not to connect with your ancestors, if you got free will not to connect with nature, if you got free will to worship a God that don't look nothing like you, and it don't make sense about nothing they talking about, if you got the free will not even to research it to even find out the truth on your own, and you choose to live a lie, if you got the free will to do that, then I know dang well you got the free will not to listen to that negative coming out of his mouth. You know, the person that's supposed to be your friend saying all this negative stuff about how something ain't gonna work. I know you got the free will to not listen to them. I mean, you're not listening to so many other people. Who gave them the power over you that you had to listen to them? Oh, that's right. You gave them the power over you. So take your power back. I'll share. All I do is hurt feelings with the truth, boy. The hierophant, you feel me? Yeah, mastery, bro. Self-mastery. Exactly. Because, see, when you learn that the devil can't make you do nothing, and you got free will to make your choices, and you start connecting, you will start finding yourself more like the hierophant and far from the opposite. It's just how it's going to be. People will start being like, hey, man, let's go out here and do this. when you rocking in this kind of energy, you're gonna mess around and ask them, why? Why should we do that? What do you mean, man? We can go out here, man. We gonna get drunk all night. We gonna be riding around doing what? We're gonna be riding around doing what? Well, whatever happens is whatever happens. When you in that hierophant, you're gonna be like, yeah, man, I'm too conscious to just be in whatever happens situations. Like you could be too conscious, you'll be knowing that anything that happens, somehow I had a hand in the situation. There's many ways I could have got out of this situation. I'm not tied to this. So you're not tied to no devil. No more than you want to be. Because you got free will. You can always separate and level up consciously with your choice. Next card out. Judgment. Hey. When you level it up constantly and you start getting on your self-mastery, you will consciously know that the devil can't even make you do nothing. So when you level up your mastery, you'll be able to let the devils in your life know that their judgment does not reign over you. And by doing so, it'll show your resourcefulness, which will expose their resentment, because remember, they is operating in their devil energy. So it'll show their resentment while you comfortably and consciously sit and thrive pursuing your passion. Because remember, the message started out with passion, and then it had the other card in the beginning, which I don't know, is this still at the bottom? Nope. But hey, bottom of the deck is order of peace. Hey, that's what's up. Because hey, seeking your passion and sitting in your passion while pursuing your passion, you'll be finding yourself in order and peace. And you know, when you got order and peace while pursuing your passion, it drives the devil crazy. Right? You know, those spirits that's against you being at peace and having order in your life. You know what I'm saying? While you sitting in your mastery, which is the Hierophant, letting them be known that they can't cast no judgment on you because they ain't your judge or jury. You understand what I'm saying? And that's that order of peace. So keep your passion. Hey, with that, we're going to let that's the message for right now. The message is continue to pursue your passion, and it's going to lead to your order and peace, because that's love. And with that, the Big Chief has spoken on this Ascended Consciousness connection with this tarot reading for y'all. We spiritually conscious. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit the Cash App. Go ahead, check the link, and book a session, get you a tarot reading, or book a session where we can do, you feel me, be on video. We're going to book a session and let me know what's up. And then watch how I tap in with this connection and we level up dealing with them situations. Big Ashe. And that's love. 100.